Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone.
We need to talk about immigration.
All right, Innocent Agono. Wow, this is serious. So it's a serious matter. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome as you come in. Welcome, welcome. Please like the live stream, guys. I really appreciate it. Like the live stream as you come in, guys. So we're gonna get started. My name is Wemimo, as you can see on the screen there, and we are just here to discuss everything about immigration. And like obviously, according to the title there, there's been, I think this era or this season is the season of deportation. It's a season of deportation. It's a season of deportation. So as you guys see from the title there, UK reported a massive deportation, of Nigerians and Ghanaians. Yes, Nigerians and Ghanaians. And also we all know that the new conservative leader, I'm just clearing my camera. The new conservative leader is a Nigerian British, if I'm going to call it that way. And she's not acting cool at all with immigration. And the Labour leader, the Prime Minister in the UK, is Keir Starmer, and he is not letting down, like, he's not clamping down easy as well, like it's clamping down on immigration, even though, with that being said, I'm sure there's a petition right now in the UK asking that there should be a re-election, which means that I think it's Kemi I think is it Badenoch or Badenoch? I can't pronounce her real name well. I'm sorry, guys, but I think I think she's the one who is us reigning this move for a new election to be called. Okay, and I can tell you, see that Kemi Badenoch, people don't like her. Like Nigerians in diaspora do not like her. Nigerians in diaspora do not like her. So I'm going to, obviously, I found a few slides that I've put together. Okay, a few slides I've put together about let me find it here, about various newspapers who have obviously, who have reported on the deportation of Nigerians and Ghanaians. So I've kind of like screenshotted those new headlines, and it's alarming. And this year, I remembered when I was years ago, Nigerians, when it comes to the end of the year, all these immigration activists who are canvassing that immigrants should be allowed to stay, they will always give advice to immigrants in the UK. Hello, Habi, how are you? I remember years ago, they will give advice towards the end of the year that say that, if you are an immigrant, welcome back. Saying that if you know you are an immigrant in the diaspora and you know you are not here permanently, like you're not legally here, like you don't have a resident permit yet, when it comes to end of the year, they'll come to end of the year, like this weather, this season, they will advise you, Kemi, bad knock. Okay. Thank you, Abby. I know you were going to come with something. Kemi Badenoch. That's how to pronounce her name. Right. We got it at last. So, like I was saying, there used to be a time years ago in the UK where all these immigration activists who want immigrants to stay, they will always advise people, and they will send out newsletters saying that if you know you are in the UK, you don't have permanent residence, you are not legal in any way, you don't have legal paperwork to stay in the UK. When it comes to this time of the year, they will say, "Oh, do not drive in a car of somebody you know does not have a driver's license. Like avoid carrying me. Don't do not walk. Do not be found where you're not supposed to be. Don't move with people that you know there's a possibility of them causing chaos wherever they go. Don't move with friends that you know that they will cause drama and the police will come, because when somebody causes a drama and you are with them, the police will be, they will action all of you. They will ask for your ID and stuff like that. So if you know you be illegal immigrants, you are practically being advised to avoid being in places that you shouldn't really be, or being in places that police officers or officers who are obviously all over the place would control you. So and this is time of the year now. You can imagine December is just around the corner, and UK have said to us that they have deported like the biggest deportation of Nigerians and Ghanaians. So I found this post, and I'm going to be reading the news as I found them. Okay, so this was the debate, the petition. I'm going to find the email here. Okay, and I'll read it to you guys. So it says that MPs are debating petition for calling for another election. So this was from the BBC News, and it was dated the 27th of November. So it says here that MPs will debate an online, in fact, that online petition is ongoing, and I think it has over 100,000 or over 200 signatories now. They are calling for re-election. So in fact, what was I saying? I can see from the post, the signature has garnered over 2.8 million signatures. People who want a re-election in the UK. So a debate has been scheduled in Westminster Hall, a secondary debating chamber where such petitions are discussed as of 6th of January. So it's going to be discussed on the 6th of January. It has become the third most popular e-petition since 2010, easily surpassing the 100,000 signatures required for a debate to take place. It will not lead to another election, but was used by Tory leader Kemi Badenoch to taunt Sir Keir Starmer during the Prime Minister's election. So this guy you can see in the picture is the current Prime Minister in the UK. But Kemi, our lovely Kemi Badenoch, is doing everything she has in her power to make sure that this guy, hopefully maybe in the next election, will not be considered. Like, people will not even look at his side, talk less of voting for his party. So and here are comments from people. Okay, so Badenoch said it showed 2 million people asking him to go. So that's Kemi's tactics. Kemi Badenoch wants Starmer to go. Okay, so Starmer also is not a soft rock. He's not a strong meat he be. So he shrugged off an attack, saying July's election, where Labour won 411 common seats at and 9.7 million votes, has been a massive petition in itself. So that's that about that petition. I'm telling you, that petition gathered 2.8 million, and I'm sure that 2.8 million is over by now. Anna's expression, how are you? This Labour Party is annoying. Like, why do they want to tax pensions? See the salary that we got. Nurses, we got 5.5% pay rise last month, and they backdated it from April of this year. That backdated payment was taxed, which meant that it took my salary this month to over £3,500. And on a normal day, when I work my 37.5 hours a week, by the time my deductions come out, I pay about maybe £300 and something of tax. This month, I paid almost £500 of tax. My tax was about 490 something pounds. So they taxed that back payment that we got as nurses in the UK. And in my own opinion, I felt that back payment, because it was something we fought for. It was something that we striked for. It was something that labor unions, NMC, RCN, everybody and their parents were striking for. And then we got it, and they decided to tax us still on top of it. So this month alone, my tax for this year was just short of £500. Yeah, and I feel like I said in my own opinion, I did not think that we should have been taxed. They should have said, okay, because at the end of the day, as nurses, I am paid. Yeah, so almost £500. If you follow me on TikTok, I shared my pay slip there. Almost £500. Because at the end of the day, as nurses, I am buying pen to go to work. When I'm writing my nursing notes, obviously, yeah, I don't write paper nursing notes, I do online nursing notes. I still have to use pen when I'm signing signatory paperwork. I still have to wash my clothes where maybe I don't wear uniform, but I wear scrubs. I still have to, wear shoes, pay my registration as a nurse every year, which is £120. I pay NMC £120 every year to keep working as a nurse in the UK. Abby, yes, almost £500. If you follow me on TikTok, you see my pay slip there. So that like I said, that 5.5 took my salary to over £3,500 this month. So I got maybe like an extra, maybe just over £1,000 extra. And yes, I was taxed. And I felt like we shouldn't have been taxed. We should have been taxed at normal taxing for our normal salary, but yeah, we were taxed. So that alone was not great. Was not great. So that's what this this is all about. And then the next one was from the Mirror. Okay, I'm trying to find this email so we can read it together. I want to try and find, because I've got them in my email. Bear with me, guys. I'm finding the email so I can read the news to you. So that's Vanguard. At this rate, I think myself to start packing my bag and jackpot that to Nigeria. I'm going to have to jackpot that to Nigeria. At this rate, I should start planning on how to jackpot that to Nigeria. I need to start planning how to jackpot that. So I think that's this one. Yeah. So according to the Mirror, you all see there hundreds of illegal immigrants deported on biggest flight ever as Keir Starmer gets war on gangs win. Apparently, there's something to this story. So it says here that it comes as Keir Starmer celebrated a major victory in this war against vile people smuggling gangs. Yeah, there are some smugglers, and we know the kind of people who smuggle people in. We know them. So I don't want to put names there, but you and I know them. Okay. And with the arrest and extradition, so they actually arrested somebody called Engine King. Yeah, that's a person who is known for smuggling people via small boats. So according to this newspaper now, the post was from 17th of November. 2 more record-breaking deportation flights have taken off since the election, removing hundreds of people who entered the country illegally. The Sunday Mirror understand. It comes as Keir Starmer celebrated a major victory in his war against people smuggling gangs. Nigerians don't often smuggle people in. They don't. They don't often smuggle people. It happens, but not as if some particular tribes who do that. Okay. So I'm not going to be naming so that people are not saying, oh, you're coming for people. I don't want to put names out there. Okay. So this person was named. It says that a Turkish man arrested in Amsterdam on Wednesday is thought to have supplied hundreds of boats, motors to smugglers. It's understood he has now been extradited to Belgium to face charges. The arrest is an important blow against the gangs and their supply chains, and is being seen as a proof of concept for the effort to target major figures across Europe suspected of being behind the trade. So there are some particular people who are actually smuggling people in. Yeah, they smuggle people in. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They do that, and it's still happening. So apparently, upon this person being arrested, the Prime Minister is happy that his war against illegal immigrants is winning. So I'm trying to find that post of Nigerians being deported. Actually, it was by The Guardian. US. So from that post there, you can see there, it says that UK deport record number of Nigerians and Ghanaians in a single flight. Yes, and it's this time of the year that they deport people that are being held in detention centers. For Nigerians, it takes the UK government to deport Nigerians back home to Nigeria. And I know this because during my asylum process, when a Nigerian is being arrested by the immigration, Nigerian house take forever to identify you as Nigerian. And I think they have a reason for doing that. So Abby said, at this rate, remote job and buy. Okay. Considering Singapore. You want to go to Singapore? You want to start saying chong chong ching chang chang chong? Abby. You want to start speaking ching chong ching chang chang chong? What's the weather like in Singapore? You want to start saying chang chang chong ching. So this news says that a record number. So this newspaper is asking me to register. I don't want to register, man. So a record number of Nigerians and Ghanaians were deported to their home countries on one flight, with 44 forcibly removed on Friday. The Home Office has confirmed. Hello, UK family. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. UK family is greeting everybody. So it continues. The news came as it emerged that any asylum seekers who arrive in Diego Garcia before a treaty between the UK and Mauritius to hand back the Chagos Island is finalized will be sent to St. Helena. I don't understand why they want to send somebody from a different country. So obviously a Nigerian coming to claim asylum in the UK. Why do you want to send them to somewhere else? I don't understand. Or am I reading this story wrong? So a British territory in the Atlantic Ocean described as one of the most remote places on Earth, the Chagos Islands. Deal is expected to be signed next year. About 60 Tamils who have been stranded in Diego Garcia. I really don't know how this is my business. So numbers of asylum seekers arriving in Diego Garcia since 2021 are in the hundreds, not comparable to the tens of thousands crossing the channel in small boats from northern France to the UK in recent years. Yeah, so it says here that deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare. I said it, guys, it's relatively rare for UK to like have a like a full flight carrying Nigerians and Ghanaians is rare. So the Home Office told The Guardian on Friday evening that the Nigeria and Ghana deportations were part of a major surge in immigration enforcement and returns. Since Labour came to power in July, 3,600 people have been returned to various countries, including about 200 to Brazil and 46 on a flight to Vietnam and Timor-Leste. There are also regular deportation flights to Albania, Lithuania, and Romania. Deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare. Yes, we know that. Yeah, Nigerians aren't known to smuggle people in. Thank you so much, Abby, for confirming that, because I know like it's not something we do. So deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare, with just 4 recorded since 2020. See, they rarely deport this set of people. Like I said, the last one they did was in 2020. According to the data released under Freedom of Information rules, the previous flights had fewer people on board, with 6, 7, 16, and 21 respectively. Friday's flight had more than double that number removed on a single flight. The Guardian spoke to 4 Nigerians while they were held at Brookhouse Immigration Center. And yes, I've heard nasty things about that Brookhouse Immigration Center in London. Like the way they treat people, immigration, like people who are waiting to be deported, the way these officers in there treat them. I've watched, there's a video that I think Nanel Griselda, that she did about that, and BBC also did like a documentary about that immigration removal center. I've heard a lot about that immigration house. So Abby says Singapore is very good for oil and gas. Okay, there's no winter, summer all through. That would be a good place then. Just make sure, Abby, if you go, make sure you have a big house there with multiple rooms so that I can be coming there for my holiday, for my summer holiday. So one man due to fly tried to buy himself. His cellmate who witnessed the attempt said he was very traumatized by what he had seen. A second man said, I have been in the UK for 15 years as an asylum seeker. See, one of the 4 Nigerians that were spoken to by these people. I've been in the UK for 15 years as an asylum seeker. I have no criminal record, but the Home Office has refused my claim. Asylum is not easy. And I've always said this on this channel. Asylum is not easy, especially if you're a person who no get family and you won't go put your neck for that kind of thing. They will remove you sharply. A third man said he had been groomed into exploitation as a child and had torture scars on his body. I told the Home Office I was a victim of trafficking. They rejected my claim. The fourth person said he had desperately searched for a solicitor to challenge his removal directions, but had been unable to find anyone to represent him. So those are the 4 people, like 4 Nigerians that were spoken to by this by this newspaper, who are saying why they feel that they should not be removed and the things that they are going through. So the chief executive of Migrants' Rights Network, who was in contact with some of the people on the Nigeria-Ghana deportation flight before they left the UK, said, we are extremely shocked at the cruelty of these deportations, especially with the speed, secrecy. Yes, when they are carrying out mass deportation like this, it's always done in secret. They don't announce it. They don't announce it at all. So it was done in secrecy. In the words of one detainee we spoke to before he was put on the flight, in quote, the Home Office is playing politics with people's lives. We have not done anything wrong other than cry for help. And also the way asylum works, looking at Nigeria now, if you're a Nigerian and you go to claim asylum, they will tell you that there's no war in Nigeria. That for a fact, one. And then there are so many ways or routes to claiming asylum in the UK. If you don't have an evidence based on the route of claiming asylum, your asylum claim will be rejected. And yes, they will return you, they will send you back. Nigerians normally, it takes, in fact, Nigerian being deported back to Nigeria takes the Home Office a lot of wahala, because Nigeria House delays confirming you as a Nigerian, because the Home Office will have to send your details to the Nigeria House in Nigeria, in London, and they have to confirm that yes, you are in Nigeria. I don't know how they confirm it, but yes, they will have to get that confirmation from the UK government, from Nigerian government, to say, okay, this person is Nigerian. Once the UK now get the confirmation that okay, this person is a Nigerian, then they will start facilitating their travel document to send them back. So in Nigerians being returned back, it take time well. Like it costs the Home Office a lot of time for them to return any Nigerian back. It takes them a lot of time. So that's that about that. So that's the 50% of Nigerians, being deported. So there's a lot of posts about, this deportation government, government detain, return Nigerians and Ghanaians. UK deports 44 Nigerians, and this happened in the past week. I think on this, so this newspaper was on the 17th, and then UK deports Nigerian asylum seekers by Punch newspaper there. Lots. It was widely reported, and this was the one. That's another one as well, and there's another one of Libya. Libya also deported some Nigerians as well. So let me see if I can find that video. I think I have that video of the people that were deported by Libyans, and they are Nigerians as well. I'm just so that's our Nigerian people. I don't know why they are equally dressed, like they are practically wearing the same thing. The majority of them were women. Let me mute the voice. Can you guys hear me still? So those are the people that were being deported. Those are Nigerians. IOM. So IOM is an organization that facilitates returning of immigrants back to Nigeria or to their country of abroad. So you guys saw that video there. They were deported from Libya. Nigerians being deported from Libya. Yes. So with that being said, it's a shame that this is happening. Okay. And I understand that people are, living for so many reasons. People live in their country. It's not only Nigerians that are jackpying everywhere. Okay. It's not only Nigerians that are jackpying everywhere. And with that being said, this Kemi Badenoch had something to say. She's tightening everything in the UK as well. So there's a video of her which I tried to download, but I was unable to download. So let's listen to her.
United Kingdom. The UK's newly elected Conservative Party leader, Kemi Badenoch, has pledged to implement stringent immigration reforms, warning that the rapid pace of migration is straining public services and undermining national cohesion. Speaking at the Westminster on Wednesday, Badenoch outlined her vision for a recalibrated immigration system designed to protect Britain's resources and foster integration. Let's take a look at the video, come back and discuss.
We need to talk about immigration.
There she is.
The truth is that for nearly 30 years, mass migration has been far, far too high under all governments, by all parties, and not just here. Too high all across the Western world, and it can't continue. We need a new approach. I'm the new leader of the Conservative Party, and we're going to do things differently. I'm saying no more. The system is broken.
No more.
We can't go on like this, and we need to change. Let's break it down. 1. If immigration happens too quickly, there is no integration. The ties that bind us start to fray. It doesn't matter whether you are massively for immigration or massively against. Without a shared national identity, our country will suffer. When people come here, they must buy into the values, customs, and institutions that attracted them here in the first place. 2, the political class can't pretend that immigration comes only with benefits and no costs. We can all see the pressure on housing, roads, GPs, and wages. The failure of politics over the last 30 years has been to gloss over it or to make it a fringe issue. That has to stop. 3, we can no longer be naive. It's nonsense that we have allowed a situation where judges deem perfectly safe countries to be unsafe. Loopholes are willfully exploited by those coming here. Our institutions are failing. They've proven they are unable to determine who wants to contribute and who is simply exploiting our openness. Britain is a high trust society, but we can't let our system be taken advantage of. So we need to do things differently. I want to rebuild the trust between the Conservative Party
I agree with you,
and
Abby.
the British people. I know we've got a lot of work to do, but the first step is to accept that mistakes were made. And that is what I will do. We got it wrong, and we are going to learn. When done right, limited immigration can work for this country. But it's no surprise that many people don't believe that anymore.
She is not playing,
The Conservatives are going to develop a detailed plan for immigration to put before you at the next election. Not the policies of Labour, which are going to fail, but a real plan that will, for the first time in 30 years, actually bring immigration right down and be honest with you about the trade-offs. It's time to tell the truth on immigration. And over the coming months, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
That's exactly what she's going to do.
Right, you guys hear that? Abby said, I know I am happy when I'm in Nigeria. My mental health as well. See, Abby, when I went to Nigeria, I was refreshed. You know what? So Kemi Badenoch, that's what she said there. That you know what, that this nonsense that Labour Party has been doing, that it has to stop. That is not working anymore. So she's going to be very, very strict, very, very strict on immigration. Come, if you enter the UK, if you enter any country in the legal way, trust me, you'll be just fine. Okay, you'll be absolutely fine. But if you are the type that enter with visiting, you say you are coming here to visit, and you decide not to go back. You are the kind of person who's going to be running everywhere, and that kind of person, if they catch you, trust me, back home straight. So, and I understand that back home is not the way we want it. Even though back home is not the way we want it, that's just like Abby said here, that you know what, we don't, like Abby said here, that we don't even like it here. Even me now, I'm getting fed up, especially the weather. On Monday the weather was -4. On Tuesday was -3. On Wednesday was -6, and I was scraping ice, and I have to wake up very early to go into work, and I have to drive in that weather. Tell me, which kind of weather can we get a -1 in Nigeria? Have we ever gotten a -1 in Nigeria? The weather alone is depressing. In fact, I was watching a video, and I made a video about Nigerians in diaspora are depressed. The weather alone is depressing. The weather alone is depressing. Okay, the weather alone is depressing. So with all of these things now that is happening, I understand as well that yes, people will move, people are coming here, and it's going to put a strain on the resources that they obviously have here for their own people. I clearly understand that. And if where we are coming for is able to provide us with the things that some of us are enjoying here, we will not be leaving our country. We will not be leaving our country if everything is working well for us, if there's constant electricity. Now, obviously, there are some areas in Nigeria that enjoys constant electricity, but people are now starting to complain that, oh, it's too expensive. And people are like, okay, you are enjoying the benefits of constant electricity. So if you're enjoying the service, you pay for it. You know, and there's some areas in Nigeria that maybe they only have electricity once in 2 weeks. And that once in 2 weeks, maybe it's just for 2 hours. So if Nigeria is able to provide us with all of the things that we need, if money is valuable, if the cost of living is affordable, if everything is just, even if everything, services for citizens are of the bare minimum, we will not be living. Just like Abby here, Abby said, you know what, I am happy when I am in Nigeria. My mental health as well, impeccable. Yeah. See that 2 weeks that I went to do in Nigeria. I had in fact, I wish I could stay for 3 months, but I have to come back to work. So my next trip to Nigeria, I don't know where my next trip to be Nigeria will be, but my next trip to Nigeria will be well over a month. I'm going to spend a month. I am going to plan to spend more than 2 weeks. And let me make enough money on this trip of white so that when I plan my next trip, I'll be able to wait, spend, enjoy for a month. I've seen stories of people. I think I met a couple maybe once ago, a few weeks ago. They've been here for over 40 years. Obviously, they retired and they went back to Nigeria. They were relocating back to Nigeria. Trust me, they only lasted 2 weeks in Nigeria and they are back now. They are back. And I was like, why are you back? They were like, oh, no. Nigeria was not what they expected. And there are some people who have been here for a very long time. They went back to Nigeria and they love it. And I was watching Obodo Yibo's TV, was it 2 nights ago, about, for you to Japa permanently, you need to have plans. You need to have plans. You need to look out for what is going to work for you, how you're going to generate income for yourself. And with that being said, I was speaking to my dad, was it 2 days ago as well? He was like, it's pension. That do I even know how much his pension was? How much he gets as pension? And even this pension is not even enough. That it is the children that are feeding him. So if you've been here all your life and you're going to jackpot to Nigeria, have plans in place. My plan is to jackpot to Nigeria when I retire, or before I even retire. If I can, maybe I should start playing lottery now so I can retire on time. If I look at the HMRC app now, it's telling me that my retirement age, I think, according to the HMRC app, my retirement age should be 68, which means that
she's touched on,
which means that for as long as I remain in this country, I will work till I'm 68. According to the HMRC app, they calculate all of these things. It says I'm going to work as long as I remain in this country. I will work till I'm 68. That's the retirement age for me. I don't know of anybody else. I don't know how I was able to check it the last time. State pension. Yeah, let me see if I can see it. It tells me that that's the age. It says That's it. Can you see? You can get your state pension on the 25th of May, 2048. How old am I now? So that's another 20 something years. If I had that to my age, my retirement age, and my forecast, my pension payments will be £221 20 pence a week, which means I will be getting now that £61 83 pence a month if I retire. So let's recommend. Abby says it's just unfortunate that Nigeria doesn't work. Abby, they've said that we should stop saying that. Oh, that we should be positive about Nigeria. That Nigeria is going to work. That we should be positive that Nigeria is going to work. It's not worth it. We understand it's not worth it to be here illegally. It's not exactly. It's not worth it to be here illegally. For me, in as much as I advocate for people to Japa, okay, if you have the funds, please do it the legal way. You don't want your case to be that of these Nigerians and Ghanaians that were being deported. And I know if they could have it a better way, they would. They thought asylum was an easier way for them. Like I said, asylum does not work that way. Asylum does not work that way. If you really want to understand the asylum system, go to the www.gov.uk and go read about asylum. Go to your Home Office website. Go read about the things that they will consider if you claim asylum. Okay. Abby said, "Oh yeah, can't Jackpada without solace, but you can't do. You can't at all." Blessed Rhea Mom, hello, Blessed Rhea Mom. Blessed Rhea Mom said, "I love it here in the abroad, UK to be precise. Okay, you guys are forgetting the weather. It's in Nigeria that can." It's in Nigeria that fan cannot hold. Anyways, economy said human want is unlimited. I understand you. I'm going to share a quick story. When I went to Nigeria, yeah, when I arrived, so the day 2, I was gonna go get a shower, and I went to the tap. To obviously there's we my parents generate water from the borehole and stuff like that. So I got some water into the bucket to go take a shower. And I was like, oh, the water should be cool, right? And trust me, the weather was roasting hot. I went into the shower, I took a shower. The water was lukewarm. Like, when you boil a kettle of water and you leave it for an hour and the water is still warm, that was exactly how the water was. I almost cried. And then I was starting to sweat while I was in the shower. I was already sweating. After washing myself, rinsing, I started sweating. At some point, I had to go into my mom's freezer. Like, I need ice block. I was adding ice block into my shower water. Yes, I was adding ice block into my shower water. So, bloody Mom, I get you there. I get you. Anna's suspicion said you can get early retirement. I've heard the people of retirement age at my work saying that also. But I guess you'll have to look at your forecast, how much you'll be able to live on for you to decide on early retirement. With that being said, I really want to make sure that all of my national insurance, all of my NI, I want to make sure I gather them together, because I once worked in Sainsbury's, and I worked in Sainsbury's for 7 years, and I contributed into my pension pot there. So my pension pot from when I was working with Sainsbury's is still with the company that that regulates all of their money. So I want to make sure I want to transfer it to my NHS contribution. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I'm going to go see my HR at work at some point, because I have my NI, and all of the places I've worked, if they put it into their system, they'll be able to figure out all of the places I've got that I've contributed into my pension. I want to make sure everything is in one pot. I want to bring everything in. I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to try and find out how to do that. So yes, Anna said I can get early retirement. Please, Anna, I would love more information about that. It's not something I've been looking at, but I really need to start looking at it, because what's my age now? We are in 2024, and they said that I will not retire for another 24 years, which means that I will be 65, which is not bad, which means that I'll be 65 when I retire, or when I'm able to take retirement, 65. So I'm going to be working for another 24 years. People, I need to start playing lottery. So Abby said, blessed Rhea Mom, our realities are different. I go from AC to AC in Nigeria. My life in Nigeria is amazing, but I get you. See? But there are some people that cannot afford that. There's some people that cannot go from AC to AC. Like me, I could not go to AC to AC because I went to my parents' house, and yes, they did not have an AC. They had a couple of massive headed fans, but where there's no electricity, and we're constantly on in the generator. Like, during daytime, we will on it for a few hours, and then before we go to bed, we will on it as well. And then obviously when we are about to sleep, we turn it off. But then the heat, Abby says, sorry, all Nigeria is great. Nigeria is great, though. One love. Nigeria is great, though. We have to be positive about Nigeria. Anna's expression said, "Nah, hot water they come up for tap." Exactly, Anna. Hot water. I had to go into my mom's room. My mom had this big, massive chest freezer. I was like, I beg, my mama. I did ice block. I was chucking ice block into my shower water. Ice, hello Cindy Emmanuel. I was popping ice block into my shower water. Ice block. And all of the outfits I took to Lagos to Nigeria then, they were all skimpy, tiny outfits. And my dad was complaining about them, like, I'm sorry, sir. I am wearing this outfit. We're like, oh, those are too skimpy. Those outfits are too exposed. I'm sorry, daddy. I am wearing them. My sisters were watching me and my dad. Like, my dad was like, no, Dr. Obama is going to dress like that. Me, I wear it too. Assuming he talked to his grand and said that I will not wear those outfits. Me, I am ready to pack my bags and go and check into an hotel. And I will wear anything I want to wear. And I will wear anything I want to wear. Yeah, but Nigeria, it was us. Yeah. Abby said, having said that, I can't stay in Nigeria. 3 months is too much to have it. Little things start to frustrate. I think when I went to Nigeria, the only thing I struggled with was the heat and then the traffic. Don't get me wrong, there are traffic here in the UK, but in Glasgow, we don't experience traffic as much as those who live in London. Like I've always said, London is like Idumota, Oshodi. You will eat traffic. Yeah, I don't think I've ever encountered a little bit of the kind of traffic they get in London or in England. Most of the place here, where I live, I only have to drive at a certain road for about 10 minutes, and then I'm able to connect to the express, and vavavoom, I'm going. So we don't experience as much traffic here in Glasgow as compared to other places. So in Nigeria, I struggle with the traffic. Like I was, trying to go from Ikorodu to Ikeja. It was like, I regretted. Yeah. So that's one thing for me. The weather in Nigeria, obviously the heat, the traffic. I think that's just about the only thing that I did not like about Nigeria when I went home. But would that stop me from going back? No. And this time around, when I'm going, I don't think I want to be in Nigeria for 3 months. Maximum I can do in Nigeria is a month. But obviously, the often you go back, you probably get accustomed or adjusted. You adjust to the weather as time goes on. Yeah, you adjust the weather as time goes on. I remember when I went to Turkey, the temperature was like 37, 39 degrees. The first 2 days I struggled. Yes, the first 2 days I struggled. By the third day, I was fine. In fact, I was not even feeling the heat anymore. Because yes, we go out in the east, but then you go back into the hotel, AC on full blast. If I was told that I would sleep in an hotel with an AC overnight, I would say, no, try again. While I was in Turkey, our AC was on 247. From the morning till overnight, it was on 247. Abby said, just how the easiest things are difficult. Absolutely. Hi, Cindy Manuel, how are you? Hi, Jumoke, back here again. Yeah, so I understand that it's the condition back home that is actually obviously it's the reason why people are leaving. And obviously, if you look at all the things that's happening in Nigeria now, police brutality and all of these things, like all of the things, I must tell you, everything happening in Nigeria now is contributing to why people are leaving. And we really shouldn't blame you shouldn't blame people when they leave, okay? And I understand as well that the people that they are migrating to is a working system whereby the things they have is being provided for the population and the number of people they have. So now you can imagine the population of immigrants that would normally take them 3 years to get. They started getting it in 3 months, in a year. Hence why Kemi Badenoch said, this nonsense has to stop. That's what she said. I did not say it. That it has to stop. Like immigration has to stop. Like, she's being very, very strict. And look at what is happening in Canada as well. Canada to their prime minister. By the way, that Canadian prime minister is a fine guy. I mean, what did you guys think? The guy is fine, right? The guy is fine. Before people come for me. I mean, the first time I saw his picture, well, I've not just seen, I saw his picture a few years ago, and I'm sure I commented that I'm sure I shared a post where I said, by the way, Canadian president is a fine man. And people were like, that one will be careful. Oh. I'm sure you guys agree with me. The guy is a fine guy. Justin Trudeau, is that his name? He's a good looking guy. So obviously he came to tell us that, things are changing, that they got it wrong, they're only going to be retaining people who are valuable to their society. That's what's practically happening in Canada now. So there's going to be new policies. I'm sure I've got a video about that Canada policy that's going to be uploading at some point on my channel. So Blessed Royal Mom said, babies, darling, in every reality, let's consider the common masses. Nigeria riches is on minority. It's true. You're absolutely right. It's true. Anna said, I prefer the cold here than for the heat and mosquitoes to be frustrating my life. See, like on Wednesday, so I was off for 5 days and I went back to work on Thursday. I almost did not go into work. I was in my car waiting for the windscreen to defrost itself after I've tried to go and after using the icer spray. I still sat down in the car so that because before when the weather is bad like that, I often wait for all of my screen to become clear. I don't drive if my screen is not clear. I've seen cars being stopped by police before. You might think you have a view of your angle, but if it's somewhere of your windscreen or your rear view mirror or something is not clear enough, you might just miss somebody and you might knock them down. So I don't drive in bad weather if my screen is not clear. All screen across my car, if it's not clear, I don't move. So I was sitting in the car and I was looking at the temperature was -6, and I was thinking there that I was thinking in my head like, hey, this woman, you have got another 30 minutes before you report to work. This is your chance to call in and say you don't want to go into work. I was seriously thinking in my head that even while I was sitting in that freezing car, I was looking at the temperature, the degree, -6. And I'm thinking in my head, you don't have to go into work, You don't have to go into work, I was thinking about like, oh, why not? It's just 2 days. I'm only at work for 2 days this week. Why not? Yeah. So the weather could be like I said, and Scotland gets the harshest of the weather in the UK. Yeah. Abby said, Royal Mom, we were talking about our personal experience and why we would Japa. Wasn't speaking for anyone else. So yeah, so like I said, in as much as we really want things to work in Nigeria, look at the things happening in Nigeria now. Things are not really great. And yes, I was just talking about the changing policies in Canada. Okay, also Canada as well. There's been an influx of people. I remember a lot of people were, people are starting to go into Canada now. There's not been a lot of people coming to the UK now. So people have been, all the attention have been going to Canada. People have been going into Canada. So now Canada are now saying, no way. And yes, the video that I said is going to be dropping soon. I did mention in that video that when Canada came out to talk about when Canadian Prime Minister came out to talk about this changing policy, there was not a lot of uproar from the African community. And I was quite shocked about that as compared to when the UK said, no more, we are reversing all visa policies. You can't come with dependents anymore. We are changing this visa. There was a lot of uproar when the UK government did that. But the Canadian Prime Minister came out to address all of these policies that things are changing, immigration are changing. There's no house. The influx of people coming to the country has made house rent skyrocketed, that there's not enough accommodation, that even schools, people are coming to study some useless courses because they are coming here to study. And at the end of the day, what the Canadian government are now saying that is people who have skills and maybe work ethics that is going to be valuable to their system, those are the people that are going to be retaining. And I think I saw a news that maybe over 50,000 people in whose visa are going to be expiring soon in Canada, I expect to leave the Canada. Like, how are they going to Asylum? I watched Asylum. So Asylum has been up to game with the details on this Canadian thingy. So I was watching, and like I said, I saw a news post about they said that there's about 50 or maybe 50,000 or 40,000 Canadians whose visas are going to be expiring and they're expected to leave Canada. Where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to go? I don't know if I'm going to be able to play this, but let me play it.
Tourism sector. Collectively, these groups strengthen the workforce, stimulate the economy, and enhance Canada's cultural diversity. Yet as their visas approach expiration, their futures, and the benefits they bring to the nation, are at risk. What the government expects. Canada's immigration framework is built on the principle of voluntary compliance. Immigration Minister Mark Miller has expressed confidence that most temporary residents.
I saw that to Abby. I saw that. In fact, I'm planning a video on that. I screenshotted the thingy. I screenshotted the news page where I got it from. Yeah, they are increasing school fees. Even though they are struggling, that there's not been a lot of students coming in now. Obviously, international students from Nigeria are no longer coming as much as they used to because they can no longer bring their spouses and all of these things. So you would imagine that they would not increase school fees, but they are increasing school fees, even though there's a massive reduction in the amount of international students coming into the UK. And now they want to increase, even though people are not coming as much, they still want to increase school fees. And with this increment, the increment is also going to impact on home students as well. So, for instance, my kids who are studying here, their school fees is also increasing, but it's not going to impact negatively on us here as compared to international students who are coming. So let's listen to this.
Will either renew their visas, transition to permanent residency if eligible, or leave the country as required. And visitors, each group contributing in unique and vital ways. International students are central to Canada's higher education system. With over 1.1 million enrolled as of mid-2024,
1.1.
they bring billions of dollars into the economy through tuition fees, housing costs, and other expenditures. Beyond their financial impact, they create jobs by driving demand for services, fostering innovation in academic institutions, and often filling part-time roles.
That is what immigrants bring to all these diasporans or to this abroad that we all go to. We are not just coming empty-handed. Students coming into the UK, students coming into Canada, they are benefiting their economy because we are bringing in money via immigration. We are bringing in money, right?
In local communities. Temporary foreign workers sustain industries such as agriculture, hospitality, healthcare, and construction. These industries depend on their contributions to meet growing demand and ensure operations run smoothly. Without their labor, productivity drops, operations slow, and businesses may face closure, especially in rural or underserved areas. Visitors and tourists, while shorter-term contributors, inject billions annually into the economy. Their spending supports local businesses like hotels, restaurants, and cultural attractions, which are integral to Canada's tourism.
The level of knowledge.
So they know all this benefit that immigrants bring in. But now they are saying that, yes, we have overcalculated. No, it's time to, cut things down. So Abby did say that obviously, because there are lack of international students, so they are increasing, school fees for home students as well. So which means that my kids going to school here, their fees are also being increased as well. Abby and Blessed Mom said, Abby, if I have the opportunity to bring every poor background abroad, I would definitely. I'm the same as well, Blessed Royal Mom. I'm the same. If I had the opportunity to do it, I would do it. I would definitely do, because each time I visit Nigeria, I feel bad for the poor masses with no right in any discipline. I would do the same as well. And there's another video. There's another post I found about what was recently launched in Nigeria. I think they launched a new immigration something in Nigeria, and I'm like, why are they launching new immigration centers in Nigeria and they don't want Nigerians to come to that? They don't want Nigerians to come abroad. Let me find that post. Let me find that post. I'm sure I saved it. So they opened a new visa center in Nigeria, and I'm like, why are they opening new Nigerian center in Nigeria if they don't want people to travel abroad anymore? If they don't want immigrants to come into their country, like, why? What's the need for more immigration centers? I saved it. I don't know where I found it. New immigration center open in Nigeria. Okay, I found it. So UK, Abby said, Royal Mom, such is life, unfortunate reality of life. All fingers aren't equal. We live in a capitalist society. Hello, I knew it all. My beautiful sisters, how are you? They don't care about the benefits of immigration any longer. Exactly. That's what's happening. So with that being said, I knew it all. They've opened a new visa application center in Lagos. What's the need for that? If you don't want migrants to come into your country, why are you opening a bigger visa application center in Lagos? Why? So I'm going to finish reading your comment. They don't care about the benefits of immigration any longer. All they are concerned about now is whites not being a minority in their own country, like in London Island. You are right. Absolutely right. So with that being said, they don't want us to come, but they are opening bigger visa application centers in Nigeria, which means that they still know that people are still going to keep applying, right? They'll keep chopping people's money and they will be refusing it, or what? I don't understand. Abby said, this is what I can't stand. You use immigrants and then spit them out when you are done. That is what Canada is actually doing. So all those people have been in their country, they've studied, they've taken their money, and now when you know that they could get permanent residency through the route of maybe they've studied and they could apply for maybe 2 years or 3 years afterwards, now you're not saying, when you finish studying, that course that you studied, we don't have use for that course you studied, so go back home. So if you study a certain course and it's not among the eligibility requirements for you to apply for a permanent residency, they're expecting you to leave Canada. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now. And they've actually gone to a situation whereby they're now advising and maybe slightly threatening lawyers that, come, If you now go to and meet an immigration lawyer and the immigration lawyer is telling you can do this, they're actually warning immigration lawyers from giving optional routes to people who are already in Canada on what optional ways they can go to. Like Canada is not joking with anybody. The Canadian government, they are not joking. They're actually telling lawyers that, oh, as a lawyer, if you think you want to advise a client that, okay, this is the option available to you, tread softly. They've actually done that. I was watching Asylum on a live stream the other day, and I was like, really? They really mean business. They really mean business. Abby said, whenever I hear about the fees to extend visa and stays, for what? For example, me being here, I paid, so I did not, after, when I got my permission to remain, I got indefinite leave to remain. And then a year after all, I have to apply for naturalization, which cost me, as at 2020, was it 2000? No, as at 2010, it cost me £1,800 to apply for naturalization. And because I had 4 of my children before I got my permanent residency, I had to register them to become a British citizen, and I spent over £5,000 for 4 children. Yes, I spent over £5,000 to register 4 of my children that I gave birth to before I got my permanent residency, which were my first 4 kids. So I was already a British citizen when I gave birth to my last daughter. So automatically she became a British automatically when I gave birth to her. The only thing I needed to do was just apply for a passport, which cost me about £40. So my other 4 children, I spent over £5,500 cash to register them. Obviously, because I was not a British when I gave birth to them, to register them to become a British citizen. And I did that because I did not want that that windrush thing that happened to some Jamaicans. I did not want it to happen because policies change like yo-yo here in the UK. And I'm glad I did. Hi, Hoji, how are you? So I knew it all said they want to still make the money, but they don't want the people long term. So they want them to come temporarily, do what they have to do temporarily and leave. That's what they want. Thousands of pounds, Abi. It's not easy. Like you can imagine 5,500, but I still keep my receipt today so that if any of my children is misbehaving, I'll remind her or him, come. That is how much I spent. OJ said immigration are serious business making venture. Serious big is a serious because they know people, no matter the knockbacks, people will still apply. People will keep applying. They know that the situation of so many countries in Africa is not the way it is. So they know people will keep applying. They know. I knew it all said they made a lot of money after. Yes, so a lot of money. A lot of money. They all copy each other. Now Canada, Sweden, Norway is stopping permanent residency. The UK will follow soon. The UK will follow soon. Exactly. They will follow soon. Like I said, this change in policy of not bringing your spouses, UK started it first. There was a lot of uproar and people blamed MD Tiamiyu. MD Tiamiyu was not the one who. UK government they already have their data and they know that lots of people are coming in. They were just looking for something to confirm that, yes, this was the source or the route that is bringing in more people. Even though the route is bringing more people, they are making money from that route. But obviously because doctor surgeries at NHS is now congested, schools, there's housing crisis in the UK because there's lots of people coming in now. It's getting congested now. So they're now looking at ways to stop people, but then they still want to make money, right? So they now said that students can still come in, but you can't bring your wife and your 20 children. Can you guys hear that? They are still allowing international students to come, but they are saying that no, you can't bring your wife and your children. Only the student alone can come. Or if you're coming through the Keir visa, only you can come. You can't bring your family. However, there are some professionals in the UK that if you come, you can still bring your family. All of this information are on the Home Office website. So if it's something you are considering, please feel free to go. I'm not really into immigration stories that much because it takes a lot to carry out research. So I don't have that time. I'm too busy. I wish I had the time, the likes of I wish I have the time that Clara Immigration, Nanel Grazel, those are the people that talk about immigration. I wish I had the time these ladies put into, bringing out information, but I don't. But I must give it to them. I must give it to them. They're doing a great job. Okay. Abby said, why have you then made that course available for immigrants to apply for? Exactly. And you look at these courses as well, and you're like, what job do you want to do with that course? What job do you want to do with that course? But obviously, because that course is available, and people who actually are coming into the country applying for that course, they know what they want behind that course, right? So they will apply with the hope that, okay, if I apply, I finish, I can use this as a settlement route. So obviously they found out and the UK crapped down on it. The UK cracked down on it. OJ said UK universities will struggle without international. Yes, so they are struggling now. How many UK children they go school? How many? How many of our UK children here they go school, especially the white people? How many of them are going to school here? How many? I'll say maybe it's the young generation now that are actually going, but not a lot of them. Some of them will go into apprenticeship and then they'll get a job. No, most of them are not actually going to university anymore, especially in London, because at the end of what uses you going to London, going to uni for 4 years, and you come out with a loan of over £70,000. Abi said, I saw someone in the Nigerian community on X saying it was 12,500 for him, his wife and 3 kids. That's a lot of money. If I have a family member that has £12,500 in Nigeria, I will tell you to stay put. Why are you coming here? I will tell you to stay put. Because if you're able to get that money and there's no possibility of you getting permanent residency, I will stay put. I will not advise that person to come. Exactly. Abi said pounds. Exactly, £12,500. I will tell that person not to stay put. Maybe come here as all you know on all the visit, go back. But to come and stay put here in this nah. I knew it all said all these countries in Europe, Canada, Australia, and the UK all copy each other. Yes, so they are. They are copying each other. Absolutely, they are. Unbelievable, Happy. I knew it all said all in the UK should try and sort out their status. Exactly. If there's any of you here watching me, and you know that your route to settlement is bumpy, please go and seek immigration advice. Go and seek for immigration advice. Don't wait until everything now turn over before you now start running. People in Canada now, only God can help them. Like I said, there was a news that over 50,000 people in Canada who are students, who are blah, 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 whatever they are, that they are nearing the end of their visa. And they are either expected to renew, and most of them will fall short of the new requirement. So they will have to leave. They will have to leave. There are actually some countries that offer free university studies. OJ, which university studies? But you still spend money to buy ticket to process visa now. But then those free university studies, would you be able to get a job that will enable you to stay here permanently in the UK or wherever in the world? Those are the questions. Yeah, research is very, very important. So just like I was saying, they open, so it's actually UK opens Africa's largest visa application center in Lagos, and this was dated 28th of November. It says here that the United Kingdom on Wednesday unveiled its largest visa application center in Africa, located in Ikeja, Lagos, operated by VFS Global. The new center marks a significant step in enhancing visa application services for Nigerians traveling to the UK. I hope the people in the UK are reading this, that it is their country that is opening a bigger visa center. So if people start applying again, they should not blame us and tell us, go back to your country. Because that's what these people are saying. Go back to your country. Go back to your country. Go back to your country. That's what they keep saying. But yeah, your country, your government is opening a visa application center, a bigger one. Which means they are encouraging Africans, Nigerians to keep applying, right? TMO5, not for Japa, to extend. Exactly, to extend, sorry, it's to extend. So all these people, they will come, but then there's no possibility of them being able to extend their stay. So they will have to leave. And some, because they don't want to leave, they will turn to illegal immigrants. No UK University. All right, OJ, no UK University. Great. Thank you for that. So it says here that this was with additional centers. So they are opening additional centers in Abuja and in Victoria Land in Lagos. And they've been operational since November 19. The facility in Ikeja is designed to streamline visa submissions and offer applicants a seamless experience. Yes, taking more money, but you don't want them to stay. Encouraging people to apply, but you don't want them to settle here. So they should come and do whatever they will have to do in the UK on a certain visa, and you expect them to leave. Adiola said because visa fees are non-refundable if rejected. See, they are using us to make money. They are using us to make money. Abi said Japa is now from 30 million naira. Hey, 30 million naira. Are people actually making that money? People are spending that money to Japa. Please, if you have such money, just invest in business. Just invest in business. Or maybe go to another country. I think maybe I will carry out a research and see what other countries are easy to Japa to. But then I don't know how to source for immigration information news and stuff. I don't have the time to do it. The time and the patience, I don't have it. Guys, go and watch Clara Immigration Jesu Loba, something on YouTube. They are the ones that do all these immigration stories. Please go and watch them. Maybe you might just be able to find information about, settlement and other countries that you can go to that, that things are much better. You all heads are be there saying that Singapore, maybe Singapore is where we should be rushing to now. OJ said, I can't even imagine how much UK is racking out of these centers. They are making money and they don't want you to permanently stay in their country. They are making money. Guys, I'm rounding up, guys. It's so sad. People are taking big time loans just to Japa. Yeah, I agree with you. I saw a video of a lady saying that if you want to Japa and they're able to offer you loan, take the loan to Japa, and once you come here, once you start working, what is the guarantee that in the first 6 months that you arrive in the UK, you find a job? Abi, when you take a loan, when are you expected to start paying back? When are you expected to start paying back? Me, I will not advise you to take loan to Japa. I will not advise you to take loan to Japa. That's my own sincere advice. I will not advise you to take a loan to Japa. Guys, I'm rounding up. Another couple of minutes, I'll be out of here. Additional centers. Pretty sure it's not exactly. It's not only in Nigeria. It's going to be everywhere because it's not only Nigerians that are Japaing. It's not only Nigerians that are Japaing. It's pretty much going to be everywhere. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to bring this to a roundup. Okay, I really appreciate you guys that are here. If you're applying on Japa, please, seek lots of research, seek lots of advice. Be sure it's what you really want to do. And if you're coming here to study, make sure it's some sort of hello, Biajulia, I'm just rounding up. Welcome, long time. If you want to Japa, make sure it's do it because you know it's what you desire. Don't just Japa for the sake of Japaing, because Canada is in tumbles right now. There are lots of people who are running. Like I said, I was in Asidali's live stream the last time. People who are probably going to get caught in this are asking her questions, and I must applaud her. She's doing a great job. Giving people this advice and stuff like that, and in her own way sharing her advice, what she knows on how to go about it. So, one thing I'll tell you: do not borrow money to Japa. And if you're going to come here as a student, make sure it's a course that is rush market. It's a course that if you qualify, if you pass in flying colors, companies that you apply for will grab you. Make sure it's a course that companies you apply for will grab you. I'm absolutely doing great. Thank you, Biajulie. How are you? Thank you. I'm just rounding up. If you had a chance, please do watch again. Abby says Singapore is based on my career path too. I no advise anybody who don't know anything about exactly. I don't know anything about immigration, but obviously that's just a slight clue there. Abby is not advising anybody, but according to her opinion, she thinks that Blessed Mom said, Mom of 5, if I have family or friends that wants to spend 50 million, I will advise them to do it because of their children and generation. But then they should come through the route that they will be able to progress. In terms of getting permanent residency at the end of the day. Don't Japa and come here on a visiting visa, because the visa is clear. Visiting visa. Don't Japa with your entire family on a visiting visa. Apply through the legal route, the route that will allow you, keep renewing till you're able to apply for your permanent residency. Just like Blessed Royal Mom said there, do it for the sake of your children and your generation. Okay. And Abby said, I know it's easier said than done, but being abroad illegally is terrible. Yes, if anything happens to you, obviously they will treat you, unlike Nigeria, that if anything happens to you, they will not treat you. Yeah, in the abroad, like I said, I mentioned the video, I think I mentioned the video of when I had my daughter, that, I was on a visiting visa, I applied, I had my daughter. They gave me an invoice. I was still discharged, even though I was not able to pay that invoice. Yeah. They discharged me. They still, they gave me the care that I needed then. I had my baby, everything went well. And I was given an invoice to pay. I did not pay any invoice. I did not pay it. I did not pay it before I found my way. So, what worked for me then might not work for people now. So if Adro is another chance that you want to follow, please carry out enough research very well. Go learn about it before you put your neck in it. That's just my lasting word. Anyway, thank you guys so much. This is me just leaving now. I really need to catch some sleep as well. I've been awake this morning. I've been busy. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. If you've been here since the beginning of this live stream, thanks so much for being here. And if you've not yet entered our giveaway, go enter our giveaway. It's going to be drawn on the 15th of December. And if you want to add to the cash, we have a cash pot of 350,000 naira. If you want to add to our cash pot, please DM me on my Instagram and let me know, and I'll give you an account to pay into. And if you've not yet entered it, go enter it also. There's a video on my channel with instructions on how to enter. And yes, good luck to everybody. And also, I'm bringing Vlogmas, and my Vlogmas is going to be anything and everything. Sit down videos, gossips, that's what I'm doing for Vlogmas. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing for Vlogmas, because I cannot guarantee there's going to be lots of vlogs, because the weather here in the UK is starting to get, by 3 o'clock now, everywhere's going to be dark. So there's not really a lot to show you guys, but I'll try and do my best. Okay. And if you've watched it now, or you're new to my channel and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe, share this video, and I shall see you guys at some point. All right. I'm going to read the Blazer Mom's comment, and then I'll head away. Japa and Blazer Mom said, Japa is not only for you, but a generational investment. Look at the Asians today in UK. Yes, you are right. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Do it for your future children. Do it for your generation. Okay, do it for your generation. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all of your inputs. I really appreciate you all. Do have a beautiful weekend. And compliments of the season is 1st of December tomorrow. Woo-hoo-hoo. December at last. Anyway, guys, thank you, and I shall see you all later. All right. Bye. Thank you to my able moderator, Habi. I really appreciate you. All right. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later. And guys, go follow me on TikTok. Let me drop my TikTok handle here. I've just dropped my TikTok handle there. Go follow me on TikTok, okay? There's been a lot of buzz and a lot of interesting things there. So go follow me on my TikTok if you're not following me yet. All right. Yeah, go follow me there as well. In the past few days I've been posting there, and I think it's been great, to say the least. It's been great. Somebody dropped me a message here. Went for driving lesson. All right, okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I shall see you later. All right, go follow me, water. Go follow me, plenty on TikTok. All right, and I think there's a live stream tomorrow. Yeah, I think there's a live stream. So there's a lot of live stream coming up on my channel. Please go turn your post notification on so you don't miss any of it, and let's watch and rub minds together. All right, thank you so much, guys, and I shall see you guys later. All right, bye.